There is a lake in India where the ground moves like breath, where islands drift like forgotten lullabies, where silence is not emptiness but memory. This is Loktak Lake, and it is unlike anything else in the world. Here, the land floats, gently, silently. Shaped not by concrete, but by time. Thick beds of vegetation and soil, called phumdis, drift across the water, like fragile pieces of history holding on. For centuries, people here have lived on these floating worlds, building homes, casting nets, raising children. Their houses rest not on earth, but on hope, on balance, on faith in a lake that sways with the wind. Their mornings begin with mist and soft paddles, their nights with stars, reflected in dark, still water. Every moment shaped by motion and trust. But Loktak is changing. The phumdis are thinning, the waters are choking. The balance between land and life, once sacred, is breaking. Hydroelectric dams disrupted the flow. Pollution creeps in. The rhythms that once carried the lake, like a mother rocking her child, now stutter. And with each breath the lake takes, a part of the past slips beneath the surface. The people of Loktak have always adapted. But now they are being asked to do something harder. To hold on to a world that is slowly disappearing, not with a storm, but with a sigh. The lake that once gave life now carries loss. And the islands that once wandered freely are being torn apart, piece by piece. This is not just erosion, it is erasure of memory, of meaning. The Meitei fishermen know it. The women who tend floating gardens feel it. The elders who once read the wind by ripples now sit in silence, watching the water forget them. But listen closely, Loktak still whispers. In the creak of bamboo stilts, in the hush of a paddle through lilies, in the way a child learns to walk on moving ground. In the prayer murmured at dawn to no one and to everything. And in those sounds, something ancient survives. This is not just a lake, it is a living poem, a map of resilience. A fading heartbeat in the chest of a land too often overlooked. We came not just to witness this place, but to feel it, to walk on water without miracles. to understand what it means to belong to something you cannot hold. Something that chooses to hold you even as it fades. What does it mean to stay when the ground moves and the world forgets? What does it mean to vanish, not in fire or war, but in stillness? These stories are fragile. They do not shout, but they matter. Because they remind us of who we were before we built walls, before we lost our rhythm with the earth. Because they remind us that home is not always a place. Sometimes it is a feeling, drifting, waiting, hoping not to be erased. Subscribe, not just to follow, but to remember, to carry these whispers with you. Because some worlds don't disappear all at once. They dissolve like ripples in a lake, waiting for someone, anyone, to remember they were ever there.